for being here. I'm waiting to see if Kayla shows up to tell me how the sound is. I'm trying to use the microphone and it may not be working. I lost something right before I started this reading, and I've been obsessed with finding it. Somehow that plays a factor in this reading. Alright. You may have overheard something. Hey Kailash, can you hear me? Great. So the microphone's working again. Awesome. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is start out with the music. It was very interesting music. The song that's playing right now is Can I Be Him by James Arthur. Alright, let me tell you what came through though. Black Soul by Shinedown. Alright. And it goes like this. Who's the victim now? Stand up and take a bow, oh bow. Face right, face left, face everyone you disrespect. So who's the asshole now? Holier than thou. You're not. Because baby's got a black soul, got a black soul, got a black soul. You made a mess of your life and you've been burned once or twice. Now you play roulette with a water gun. Wake up, pull yourself together. Speak up, because no one heard your name. Erupt, it's better late than never. And if I take forever to put you, and it might take forever to put you back together. Face right, face left, face everyone you disrespect. It sounds like this person could be getting a mugshot. Now they're on their feet to watch you double down hard and take it too far. And you know you're in too deep because you're running out of time and you're talking in your sleep. Baby's got a black soul. Baby's got no control. Baby's got a black soul, got a black soul, got a black soul. You made a mess of your life and you've been burned alive. Now you can play roulette with the water gun. Wake up, pull yourself together, speak up, because no one's heard your name. Erupt, it's better late than never. And it might take forever to put you back together. Oh, and it sounds like somebody is saying, and if I take forever to put you back together. It could be talking about this person's self, or someone else might be trying to fix them. I don't know. Wake up, pull yourself together. Speak up, because no one heard your name. Erupt, it's better late than never. And if I take forever, wake up, pull yourself together. Speak up, because no one heard your name. Erupt, it's better late than never. And it might take forever to put you back together. So this person essentially sounds like they've fallen apart. And what I'm getting, hey Sharisha, I'm doing well. Just running a little late as usual. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the bottom of this, and I want to make sure I'm on the right. I want to go to the video lyric part, and I'm going to take you all the way to the bottom, and I want you to hear what's being said here. Okay, I'm going to start right about here. It's playing on my earbuds and I can't find them. Okay, there we go right there. So you can't even hear what's being said. Let me take off Bluetooth from this and see if we can get it to play for you. What? It just jumped to What I Wouldn't Do by Seether. That's not the next song. Alright, let's go back. here we go.
It will keep pushing and pushing and pushing you until everything around you completely collapses.
It was saying basically that this is something inside of this person, not on the outside of this person, and it'll keep pushing and pushing and pushing until everything around them collapses. And when I listened to this song, for some reason I had the feeling of Dark Night of the Soul. I feel like this person is spiritually awakening, and they're going through this because they need to go through this. When we spiritually awaken, we go through a dark night of the soul. It just is part of the process. And whatever has happened with this person, they have really humiliated themselves. I keep getting What Would You Do by Caesar. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. Gotta find a better way to quit the cigarettes. Gotta drink another drink until I can forget. Gotta find a way to feel like myself. Whoa. Well, this erodes my body. Erodes my body. Well, with the whiskey came the things that I do regret. Erodes my body. Breaks my body down. And I know there were things I should not have said. I believe you've already got them written down. Whoa. When the world around me can feel so rotten, I am sorry for making you feel so low. Never gonna lose these feelings I regret. Always gonna be the same old tired shit. What would you do? What would you do? There will never be a feeling I suspect. All apologies are something heaven sent. What would you do? What would you do? I lie awake at night. I'm trying not to break a sweat. Mind is racing. There's no comfort for me yet. That's that 9 of Swords energy that we get at night. Or in general, where we are constantly worrying about things we have no control over. Gotta find a better way to get away from myself. Well, this erodes my body, erodes my body. I really wish I could erase all the things I did. Erodes my body. It breaks my body down. I really wish I had a path to recompense. I really wish I had a way to cleanse myself. Whoa. When the world around you can feel so rotten, I'm sorry for making you feel so low. Never gonna lose these feelings I regret. Always gonna be the same old tired shit. What would you do? What would you do? There will never be a feeling I suspect. All apologies are something heaven sent. What would you do? What would you do? Never gonna lose these feelings I regret. Always gonna be the same old tired shit. What would you do? What would you do? There will never be a feeling I suspect. All apologies are something heaven sent. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? Alright, and the next song that I actually got, Spirit was insisting on What Would You Do by Caesar, so I will add that into the description box because it somehow plays a factor. And I think it plays a factor, ouch, in what led to the spiritual awakening and what led to the dark night of the soul. I think that this person has a lot of things they've said and done to people, and Spirit is showing them in no uncertain terms that they need to regret these things, that this is not something to be proud of, and you've lost something important because of this. Alright, and then the next song, before I could stop Black Soul, I got this. It's an old song by Benny King, but it's sang by Dave Finley. Jesus, have mercy. What's the name of the song? Hold on while I got you here, Kailash. Okay. I'm changing you to a managing moderator, okay? So now you should be able to manage the channel. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me. Thank you for the likes. I hope you will consider subscribing if you're new here. I'm trying to remember that last song by Dave Finley. Spirit, please help me. Maybe Spirit's changing things up. Let me just see what comes up for him. Dave Finley. Hey, there it is. Stand By Me by Benny King, sang by Dave Finley. When the night, the dark night of the soul has come, and the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid, just as long as you stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me, stand by me. And when the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me, stand by me. Now, whenever you're in trouble, you can stand by me. Remember, I thought they sounded like they were getting a mugshot? Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me, stand by me. Stand by me, stand by me. Oh, yeah, you can. So, this person is saying, stand by me whenever you're in trouble. So there's somebody in your life who's willing to be there for you as you go through this dark night of the soul. And for somebody, it was brought on by your own self. And typically, the dark night of the soul is, like I said, a part of the spiritual awakening. And more specifically, Kundalini awakening is accompanied by the dark night of the soul. I'm not sure about the regular spiritual awakening because I've only been through the Kundalini awakening. But the dark night of the soul can be a time. I know when I went through it myself, I literally thought I was losing my mind. The whole world looked like it was in slow motion and it was a motion picture, and I was just watching the players play things out on the stage in front of me, and I was one of those players. But I can remember getting in the floor and just crying for like a month. I could not stop crying for about a month straight. I don't know if any of you can really resonate with what I'm saying here, but it was a tough time for me, and I feel that for anyone who goes through that, it's going to be a tough time for you. Hey, Patsy! Good to have you here. Good to have you all. Thank you all. I don't know who Cyril Riskel is. Anyway, get it straight, Kayla. I'll tell you what I am. I'm Christie, and I'm doing well, Patsy. Thank you for asking. And I've been called to do these readings by Spirit, and I'll do the best I can to get you a message. But someone is either going through or has been through a dark night of the soul, or you may be about to go through one. Oh, okay, cool, Kailash. I'm just going to stop looking at the comments because I can't keep up with them anyway. So what we're dealing with here is someone who is going through a hard time. Dark night of the soul is no joke. It is the dark night of the soul. Alright, Spirit, show me how you want to begin. We're going to begin with these virtue cards. what are we dealing? Oh, that flew out. Spirit says it's time for someone to have compassion. This compassion card came out last time during the full moon reading as something that, oh, look, you have no loyalty now. You have compassion but no loyalty and no integrity. Okay. And here's your responsibility again. So I'm going to put it on the table as well. But you're learning humility. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, it sounds like this person is really growing. Somebody's name could be John for sure. You could be a second, like your father could have been John or Jonathan. Philip is also Paul. Actually, it could be a name similar to Paul, but not English. Alright, so let's see what Spirit's doing here. I'm going to do homework, all of those situations in our lives. But today I'm going to actually pull a tarot card on each area. What are you doing at home? Kazi? Let me go put him up. He's just being a distraction. If you bite me, I'm going to bite you back. I'm going to draw blood. Come on, get in here. Alright, sorry about that, guys. He really likes to be center of attention. And this person may have also been that way. Alright, show me how you're working in our home lives, Spirit. Overall, how are you working? These are 22 major arcanas. And at home, there is an Emperor vibe. This person, when they're in reverse, tends to be a bit out of control. When he's upright, he's very organized, very in control. He's a boss and he takes care of business. But when he's in reverse, he's a big hot mess. He's an asshole. He is unorganized. He's unable to focus. He's unable to run the empire that he is supposed to be running. Okay? Alright, work life. Typically you would see the boss at work, but maybe this boss is a dad or a grandfather or a father. Alright, so at work, there's a situation in your life that's very resistant to change, or there's a situation at life that's resistant to change in your work life. Whichever, take it as it resonates. Alright, surprises. I don't think I've ever done it this way. Holy shit, look what's the Empress is your surprise. Now, if your Empress is here as your surprise, more than likely, this masculine is the one going through the dark time. And it's because something won't change in their work life, and there is a very powerful feminine energy who can come along, and this is his exact match. So it's like, surprisingly, she's going to show up. You may not have met her yet. And when you do, a lot is going to change. Alright, love life. This could be your mother and father, or it could be you and someone. Uh-oh. In your love life, there's manipulation. Alright, and what's your role? The Japanese. Why did I say the Japanese? Someone could be from Japan. What I was trying to say was the Gemini. Okay, what is your role? Thank you, Spirit. Come out of moon energy. It's time to get out of this moon energy. And I see this Emperor. He's going through a dark time. Something won't change when it comes to work, or something just won't work. But there's an Empress who's going to show up on the scene. And your love life is manipulated. And you need to come out of the... Okay, outcome. You got to come out of the moon. I'll show you who we have here in a moment. The outcome is the High Priestess. That's a beautiful outcome. And what you don't see coming is a tower. Inevitably, there's going to be a tower unless something stops that. And I see a lot here that might be able to stop that. Okay? I want to see what exactly is going on with this Emperor, and I want to look inside of his heart, if I may, and see what exactly is going on in his heart that has him in reverse. Second chance with no stress. So he's looking forward at home to having a second chance where there's just not as much stress. And it looks like, surprisingly, he might get that because there's an Empress here that might show up on the scene, surprisingly. Alright, there's a third party influence, and you don't want any more stress. What's going on at home with this Emperor Spirit? What's he feeling? Loyalty and stress. Remember, he has no integrity. He has no integrity, but he does have compassion, but he has no loyalty and responsibility. He does have that. Alright, show me how the Emperor feels. Broken, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. And it's because he can no longer pursue toxicity. And he's not resilient. It's like chasing. This person has been chasing someone who's broken their heart. That's the feel that it has. They've been doing this for a while now. They could be a Gemini because we have Gemini in your love life. And they look like they have two faces. And I will be honest with you. They look like they have sex on the brain. Alright. And when it comes to work, show me what this person's feeling. They're feeling like they are going to have a new beginning, but it's hopeless. They feel like their new beginning is hopeless. Why is the Empress here? Because of longing. You might be longing for this person. Why is the Magician in reverse? Because where you've been deceiving someone, you're going to come out of your confusion. Where you've been sending this person mixed signals. Things are all messed up because somebody needs to stop being so confused. What are they confused about? Clinging to something that felt like it was a hex, a curse, or witchcraft. This could be witchcraft too. Someone could be clinging to witchcraft. I'm going to tell you what it looks like to me. In your love life, it looks like someone's been doing spell work on you that's caused you to be confused and to have heart fog. And you've been clinging to this. Alright, why is the moon here? Because you feel like you can't escape third-party influences. And what's the truth about escaping those influences? Somebody needs to be rejected, and you're almost at your breaking point with doing that. You're going to reject somebody. Alright, and what's the outcome with the High Priestess? No more pain. You're realizing that if I can just get through this, if I can just get through this dark time, there will no longer be any pain, apprehensiveness, and being afraid. And look, there's been a lot of sorrow involved here. Why is the Tower on the bottom of the deck in reverse? Somebody's about to have a moment of clarity. What your moment of clarity is about is use your intuition, which you're using here, about somebody who is no longer going to be coming out of turmoil and being unstable and affected. And there's someone who's incredibly beautiful here. So what you're going to realize is I don't have to be unstable because of someone's beauty, their charm, their gracefulness, and their being kind-hearted. Why would you be in an emotional storm about that? Because you've been conflicted. Over here, where somebody has been maybe doing some spell work on you, you're conflicted. Let's look and see what comes out. Is there any spell work here? Oh, wow. There's gossip. There's science. and caution. Why does she do this to me every time I'm doing a reading? I'll call you back. I'm right in the middle of a live video. Okay, bye. Whew. So for some reason, when it comes to this manipulation, it started out with gossip. Science. And being cautious. Alright, so we have to pull gossip now. What happened here, Spirit, to cause this person to be manipulative? They were being what? They were being I can't talk. Cyberbully. Or they were being cyberbullied online. Or they are or have suffered from it. So somebody here could have been cyberbullied into traveling. What was the outcome of that? Somebody might be trying to cyberbully somebody into traveling. You're haunted. Again, it's like this is a curse. It's haunting. You don't really want anything to do with this person. I think this is the one you're at your breaking point with rejecting, because they have those third-party influences. What would you do? And they feel like they don't have any way of escape out of that. What's going on with this person that is in the moon energy? They were creeping while you were running, or they were running and always partying, and there was a fight. Outcome of the fight. Somebody became a broke ass. And now you're reflecting on how all of this happened. What else happened at home while we're at it? You've been dodging bullets. What about work? At work, somebody's been digging dirt and there's scarcity tactics. What about your surprise? That's the only thing that looks positive here. Your surprise is you're going to be hustling but not a boss daddy. Alright. And what about your outcome? Somebody is looking things up online. They're going to cock block because they're too busy winning. So they've been looking you up online and they've decided that they're going to block this because they're too busy winning. And what about the tower on the bottom of the deck? You can't get the inside scoop. Somebody is stealing your creativity and dusting it off. So it's like they're taking some of your old work and cleaning it up to make it theirs. Look. And I think they're doing it because they're bankrupt. Somebody is really trying to give you a hard time. Okay. I'm going to look at this a little bit differently. A lot going on here. A lot going on here. Somebody is very much struggling because of their partying. It's causing fights between other people in their life. And somebody's decided because of what they've seen online about you that they don't really want to be with you. They're using their intuition about how this would cause them a tower if they were to decide to take you back. So I don't think they're going to take you back, but we'll see. I'm not sure yet. These readings, they just don't connect with me at all anymore, so I have to kind of pull this together. You feel like work is hopeless for you to have a new beginning. You're longing for an empress, or they're longing for you. Somebody's been manipulating you into thinking that this was a curse that you were clinging to, and you don't know the truth because you're confused. You're coming out of a time of confusion about this. This person, this magician in reverse in your love life, I think they have a way of really sending you mixed signals and making you think things are your fault. There could be a strong narcissist vibe going on here in this situation. There's a dark night of the soul going on, and this person is still struggling with this. Definitely been some fighting going on here. This could be two women, or it could be a man and a woman, or two men. It doesn't matter. Gender's not important in this situation. Alright, so we have some rocks here. I want to pull... Why I say that? Because we're going to pull some rocks here. I want to find out what's going on with you now. Things have changed a bit since the last time we gathered here. But Spirit is warning you to be careful when it comes to science and gossip. So be careful who you tell what's going on with your science. Science can be drugs. Science can be paternity tests. Science can be you working as a scientist. And you need to be careful who you give information to. Alright, so I'm going to pull rocks on your integrity. Why does this person have no integrity, Spirit? You thought you had integrity because of kindness, courage, peace, and faith. So right now, your integrity is lacking because you need to get kindness, peace, faith, and courage. Alright. Why do you all of a sudden have compassion? Because of passion. This could be passion, not compassion, and love. So you're in love with somebody and you have a lot of passion and compassion for them. Alright. Why is your loyalty showing up? Because of focus, love. Again, we have love. And believe. So you're not loyal, but it's because you're focused on love. So it might be someone else you're not loyal to. Alright, and why is responsibility here? May I see, please? Because you want to have joy, honor, good job, and a commitment. So you're going to be responsible by being honorable and having a commitment that will bring you joy. You're focusing on love and your belief, but there's a lack of loyalty. Maybe you're being focused and believing in love and the other person does not believe because of all the negative stuff that's happened in your love life. You have passion or compassion, love, and passion. You have peace, kindness, faith, and courage when it comes to having integrity. You need more peace, kindness, faith, and courage in order to have more integrity, okay? And your humility looks like it's doing good, but let's see why. Why is the humility already straight? Because you're trusting when it comes to a friend and faith. So you're having faith and trust in a friend, and that's allowing you to humble yourself. Because see, before you didn't trust anyone, and when it came to your friends, you had claimed you had loyalty, but people thought that was funny. So it looks like you're really working on getting some of these things corrected. Alright, let's find out what happened to this Emperor. Your identical matches. It could be mother, father. I don't know who these people are. I really don't. Only you know your situation. But I am going to pull some cards on this and see if I can find out exactly what's going on here. Alright, show me intuitively what may have happened here. Why is the Emperor in reverse? Because you were letting them go. You decided to let them go. So they're no longer in your life at home. You probably kicked them out, or you're planning to. Or they may have packed their bags and left. Alright, why are you resistant to change at work? Because you've been partying. You're erasing everything that reminds you of them. You don't want to be telepathic anymore. You don't want to have to read people's minds. And your family is a factor. So what's not changing is your family. You're partying. Your family might party. And you're trying to forget, but your family's still showing up. Why is the Empress your surprise? Because I love you. I can't fight this anymore, and I can't make silent moves. I don't want to keep making silent moves. Secretly, No more silent moves. Oh, divine timing is here. So it's divine timing to stop fighting this, stop making silent moves, and to tell this person, I love you. And why is the Magician in reverse? Because of late nights, not being forgiving, and being in denial. So all of that needs to be forgiven. Outcome if you'll be forgiving. Somebody is saying, I don't want to have a rebound, and you're clueless. Why are they clueless about the rebound? Because someone forever changed my life without even trying. There's two people here. One's in denial and the other one's in denial and clueless about a rebound. And the other one is saying, I forgive you for keeping me up in this Nine of Swords energy. You forever changed my life without even trying. And then you hurt me. Why is the Moon in reverse? Because somebody is not incomparable. Why are they not incomparable? You're seeing through illusions because of a strategy. What is their strategy? Somebody has a strategy. Their strategy is to move on from somebody's friend support. And we see your friend is showing up here. La, 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 up here with your humility. Why is the High Priestess here? Because you have no choice. Because somebody shut this down. And why is the Tower on the bottom of the deck? Because you want to reconcile, and this is worth waiting for, and you're going to realize that. What's worth waiting for? I'm going to put friend support back. I'm going to put family back. What's worth waiting for? Oh my God, you've been helpless. Why is that worth waiting for? Because I don't want to let you get away. Who do you not want to let get away? I'm going to put forever changed your life without even trying. Who do you not want to get away? The one that you have regrets about. What do you truly regret? That you have a secret love and you were trusting this plan. And what would be the outcome if you do? Somebody's going to be having a dying love and they're not going to be mad. There's a dying love and they're not mad. Why are they not mad? Because they were haunted and they don't want to force this. Whatever they did to you haunted them. And it had to do with something that happened online. Sometimes people will use people to just get their money. And in the process of that, they catch feelings of both of them. It happens. Alright, and look, now you're fantasizing about this. Alright, let's look at something else here. You're surprisingly in love with this Empress, and you do not want to have a rebound. You've moved on because somebody has a strategy, and they're not incomparable. This is somebody else. This is not the Empress that you're surprised about. This is your love life. Your love life is not going so well at the moment. Let's see how this may have happened. Show me how this happened at home, Spirit. You were having to keep shit clean. Maybe keep yourself clean, because the song talks about getting high. Why is the death card here? Because you want to go on a real date. Maybe you want to go on a real interview, or you want to go on a real date, and this won't change. Why won't it change? Why can't you go on a real date? I feel that someone is in the way of this, and they're not truly your person. There we go. Because you're not on the same team, and you think you have them all figured out. What's the truth about having them all figured out? You're not having sex. There's someone here, you think you have them figured out, but they're not having sex. Why no sex? Because they don't want to go all in or get the fuck out. And somebody won't shut up. Why is the Empress here? See, you're dealing with different people. Because this is the one you can't spend time with. Why can't you spend time with her? Damn, that's a lot of cards. Because it's serious. There's something serious going on. I'm going to put these back. What's so serious? This person feels like they're not enough. Or they feel like they're more than enough, actually. What do you mean they're more than enough? You won't let them talk to you and tell you how they feel. How do they feel? That people are messy, love them anyway. Remember, I love you. I can't fight this anymore. You're giving too many fucks and I'm still waiting. Why is the Magician here? That flew out. Because you're not going to agree to disagree and you're not going to bare your soul. Alright, why is the Moon here? Damn, they're flying out. Because you can't say fuck your job. And you can't sit back and relax. So it's like, right now, even though this person is manipulating you, this is your role. Don't say fuck your job and don't sit back and relax. Outcome of the High Priestess. Your friends miss your face. And why is the Tower here? What is the Tower? It's in reverse. You're going to eventually realize there's a need to forgive. Forgive what? Or be forgiven. Deal with your drama. Open your mouth. And realize you're hot, smart, and have a great ass. You're not working out either. And it's time for shit to get real. So, I see that you have someone here who is fucking with your head. You're having trouble with work. Your friends miss your face. You want to spend time with somebody. A lot going on here. A lot going on here. Alright. What is the hidden truth at home? I don't want to know. You don't want to know what? I know you don't feel the same. So you don't want to know, but this person doesn't feel the same. And I feel the sexual tension. So you feel sexual tension for somebody at home, but they don't feel the same. And you don't want to know. Why is Death in reverse for work? Because I want to start over. I trusted you, and I miss hearing your voice. Why is the Empress here? Because I would do it all again. And why is the Magician here? Because I don't compare others to you. What do you do? We don't share the same values, and I don't miss you. This person in your love life, you need to let them go. Whoever this is in your love life, let them go. Alright, why are you coming out of Moon energy as your role? Because I'm not over you and I can't get enough of you. And that's this person right here. The one you feel maybe sexual tension. Well, I don't know. That might be this person. Why is the High Priestess here? Because I feel so drawn to you. I can't reach out to you. And you inspire me. And why is the Tower on the bottom of the deck? Because you're not financially stable. And what are you going to do about that? I can't do this. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to say, I have trouble with intimacy, but I am patiently waiting, and I have too much to lose. What do you have to lose? You didn't see my tears. So this person feels like if they lose you, they have a lot to lose. They don't want to lose you, and they're realizing that. Slowly, they're realizing that. And I want to make amends. They don't want to make amends. I think with this other person, there's a lot of complicated shit going on here, collective. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen this much complication. Alright, I want to look at your love life from two different aspects. This person at home, what would you say to them? You would say, I'm unavailable, but it came out in reverse. So, because you're in reverse, I think it's in reverse. At home, you're unavailable. Why are you unavailable? Because I'm sweeping away toxicity to make room for what's truly important. I think they're getting clean. And what would you say to the person in your love life? They are really screwed up. You make me lose my cool and I just don't know how to act. And I feel like you've moved on without me, and that's difficult for me to see. And what's the truth? I shoulda, woulda, coulda. So you have regrets. That's the regrets you have in your love life. My life is falling apart and I'm struggling. Alright, and it looks like it's because there's something going on at work. Just being real with you. Alright, so now I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to look at... What are the blocks to your love life at home? Blocks to your love life at home with the Emperor. This could be your father or husband or whoever. This caused you trauma in the past. Why is death your work life? Because you're holding on, you give too much, and you've been fated to be alone because you feel like you were unlovable. Why is the Empress here as your surprise? Because she cares and somebody's being a victim. Why is the Magician here for your love life? Because you're burned out. Somebody's playing hard to get. The stories they tell are true. What's the true stories? That somebody walked away because of being needy. And why are you coming out of moon energy? Because you have, you're judgmental, you have a fear of cheating, and you're anxious. And why is the High Priestess here? Because somebody's going to get rejected. And why is the Tower on the bottom of the deck? Because you don't want sex only. You're not being you, and you haven't made a decision. What are you leaning towards? Not settling. And rushing. Not settling for what? Somebody who you're not compatible with and who has age issues with you. So there we go. And somebody's too passive. So you have someone in your life who is either too old or too young for you. And you have someone else who is your age, but you're having a hard time letting go and rejecting. Intuitively, you know you have to reject this person. And the Tower is going to be that you're going to tell this person, there's age issues, we're not compatible, and I'm not settling for sex only. You're not being you, and this is making me not know what to do. What do you feel like doing? Saying everyone leaves, that this relationship is all about lust, not love, and we've been hiding our feelings. So it looks like you are going to indeed leave this person in your love life because there's been a lot of negativity and manipulation that has gone on there. Alright, so we kind of see what's going on. Let's get real for a minute. What would this person at home say to you? The person at home would say, why do I deserve someone like you? It's like, why in the hell do I deserve this? What about work? Why can't I tell you the truth? And this is never going to change. So what won't change is you telling the truth. What is the truth? That I'm obsessed with you. Alright, what about the Empress? What would she say? This is your surprise. That she has sexual desire. And I'm no longer stuck in visions of us. Alright, what would your love life say? You were wrong. What were they wrong about? What is the truth? So they didn't tell you the truth. Alright, and why are we coming out of moon energy? Because please don't do what's best for you, even though I can't make you happy. The passion is just not there. So you're telling this person I don't have any desire for you. Why is the High Priestess here? Because you need to put up with bullshit. And people believe in you. You need to put up with bullshit because people believe in you. Why are you saying that? Because I wish I could be fully honest with you. This person cannot be honest with you. If you could right now, what would you say? I want out and I can't let go of you. So you intuitively know you need to let go of this person and you're lying. And over here you want to say, you were wrong. What is the truth? And then what about the Tower? I cried at night. I used to cry at night. Why did you cry at night? Because of painful memories and knowing that you deserve better than me. And no drugs and alcohol. I don't want these feelings eating me alive. So you don't want any drugs and alcohol in your life, and I don't blame you. That's going to be your outcome, what you don't see coming. Now, you might be putting up with it now, but that don't mean you will forever. Okay, if you understand this, please like it. And if it's not you, it could be someone else in your life. Don't forget that. It doesn't have to be you. But someone put you through a lot of painful memories because of their drugs and alcohol. Alright, now I'm going to pull tarot on these cards and we're going to see what comes out. Let's get these. This is the modern tarot deck, and it just incorporates same sex in case we have anyone in the collective, so that I don't forget about you because you're important too. Alright. Why is the Emperor here? May I see, please? Shuffling one time. Because of partying in an Empress. Or being friends with an Empress. At home, why is the Emperor leaving? He got hurt. Temperance is here. And the Chariot's here. It looks like to me that he got hurt and he was being patient to get over this. Alright. Why is Death here? For work life? For working in your life? Because you've been looking for somewhere else to live. And you're having a Tower moment about a Queen of Wands. So, you're either realizing that there's a Leo who wants to move out. We have Aries, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, and Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So, there's a fire sign that you're having a Tower about when it comes to this person looking for something better. She might have a very big tattoo on her leg. She could have red hair, very fit. She could work out. Why is the Empress here? Because she's the Magician upright, and she's saying there's a bitter, painful ending coming. Why is the Magician in reverse? Because of the anxiety that you feel. You feel like you're in prison. You could be in prison because of fighting and not having any money to get yourself out. Like you can't even, you're not even moving slow. You're in the strategy stages. And you've been fighting with someone, and this has made you feel like you're just a prisoner in your own situation. Why is the Moon in reverse? Because when you look back over this, you're not begging this person to come back. Why not? What happened? It's a lot of cards. Death, the Devil in reverse, the Hierophant, the King of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. So the Moon energy, and look, there's the Ten of Cups. What the Moon energy is about is when you look back over this, you realize that you changed. There was too much toxicity in your marriage. And you set boundaries so that you could work. Or maybe work this out. And what is the High Priestess all about? Why is the High Priestess here? Oh no, because you're grieving a breakup. And you're intuitively knowing that you can't have a new opportunity here. Whatever happened here that broke your heart, you can't have a new opportunity. Why can't you have a new opportunity? Because you don't know which way to go. What are you leaning towards? You're going to see the truth, though. What are you leaning towards? Damn. You're leaning towards ending your relationship so you can be happy and having a new relationship with someone you're very excited about and who shows you a lot of attention. Alright, and why is the Tower here? Because of Judgment in reverse. What do you mean, good judgment? It's like you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see good judgment. There it is, right there. Your good judgment is that you want equality, balance, equal give and take, and you do not recognize how much denial is here. Where is this denial coming from? You not walking away. Why won't you walk away? Because you want wish fulfillment. And where would your wish fulfillment come from? Which one of these people would truly bring you the desires of your heart? The Four of Pentacles. So you would like to see somebody put as much into this as you do when it comes to finances. But this is what's going to cause it to end. Outcome of the Four of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords is here in reverse. The King of Cups is here in reverse. The Six of Cups is here in reverse. The Page of Pentacles is here upright. And the Hermit is here in reverse. So it doesn't take you looking very deeply to realize that there's a bitch in your life. A very hateful woman that you used to be in love with, but you hate her now too. It's like she put up boundaries, but they were just bullshit boundaries, and you weren't in love. And your memories of her are not all that great. You may have a child together, or you're thinking about soul searching. What would happen if you did soul search? Because right now you're not. You would take a risk on something new, and what would that look like? You would stand up for somebody. Who would you stand up for? Maybe yourself. Oh. You would stand up for this Queen of Wands over here at work. You would stand up for your identical match. Maybe because you're in love with them. You could have had a baby with them. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Or you could be pregnant by them. Somebody here is pregnant. They're working on... Look, you can't move on. But you just don't want this love. Why don't you want this love? You're pregnant by this person. You're divorcing them. Because of strength, Leo's here again. And that moon energy that we see over here. You don't want to work this out. You do not want to work this out. And there's a wheel coming. Outcome of the wheel. The Empress came out in reverse. Why is she in reverse? Because I think you're not choosing her. Yeah. Because you're choosing a Queen of Pentacles who's upside down. And who's not even really a good friend of yours. It's like you're just going to pursue someone else who you think has money. Money, money, money. It's like you're all about what you can get out of this. I hate this reading. I think that really you are going through a dark. You could have had a death here also. There's a lot of need for healing here. And there has been in the readings all week. I feel that this is very sad. I do. I feel this is probably a very sad time in your life. A lot of crying. A lot of wishing you could have done things differently. What are some practical ways at home that you can be careful not to F yourself? Don't be obsessed. And what about work? Give less fucks. when it comes to a past life connection. And why is the Empress here? That could be someone from your past, because she's not going to explore herself. Why not? Secretly or surprisingly, because she can't listen to her music. Why can't she have music? Because she's just going to be. She's cutting the music off. Why is the Magician in reverse? Because you didn't do a 30-day challenge and see the beauty in the world. And why is the Moon here? Because you need to meditate and do your shadow work. There it is, right there. Your role is meditate and do shadow work. High Priestess for the outcome. You don't realize you were born to stand out. You're not awakening and you need to rediscover yourself. Why is the Tower on the bottom of the deck? Because right now you're just not charming. And you're not validating your past. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do something I don't normally do. But I don't see... I should have started out this way and just skipped all of this bullshit. But for some of you, you may have needed to know I was talking to you. You need to do shadow work. It's time to do shadow work. Alright, Spirit. What's the shadow work that's needed at home? Whoa, that flew out. Stop being judgmental and feeling secondary. What about at work? At work, you're silent. Spirit's working on you where you won't speak up. Alright, what are your surprises? That you're not scorned. There's something shocking. Warning, somebody is scorned and there's going to be something shocking. Oh my God. Love life. Somebody is self-indulgent and they're invading people's privacy. Your role? Stop being cold. Outcome. Somebody's fixated and they can't disconnect themselves from this. And what about the Tower at the bottom? Somebody's being tricky, guarded, they're an escapist, and they need to get stable. There's your shadow work collective. And stop thinking that everything is the other person's fault. Because we all play a role in relationships that fall apart. We have a role somewhere, I promise you. Alright, now let me see what might happen here. What might be the outcome here if they do the shadow work? It looks like you're going to get over this and get clarity and make it a choice. It's all coming out in reverse. What's being hidden? The Moon. Strength. Oh my God. The Nine of Wands. And somebody having codependency. So you're in this dark time because of all the trials you've been through with codependency with this person. But secretly it's made you extremely strong. What's being shown? A lot of major arcanas. That you're collaborating because you can't get your independence. And you don't want to fight. So what will be the outcome? A lot of fond memories. Oh, the sun is here. Something's moving slow, but it is leading you to happiness and good memories. Show me what that looks like. You celebrating with the Knight of Wands. Sagittarius is your outcome of doing so. You're going to have a spark with the Empress. And that person who set boundaries with you, who was a bitch. Why are they here? Because you're going to get in an argument with them and walk away from that Queen of Wands. That's you seeing this with your intuition. There's a Queen of Wands in your life that you need to get away from. And there's an Empress who you're moving slowly towards. Because you haven't gotten away from her, you're still needing to get the clarity that you need to get away from her. What you're waiting for, I will never know. What are they waiting for to get away from this person? They're not a phoenix rising and they're unreliable. So you're not reliable when it comes to this process. And it may be because you party too much. Alright, what might be the outcome of this twin flame or this masculine feminine, if they will be reliable, do the work, do the healing, and stop the partying? Okay. Oh my God. Y'all ain't gonna believe what I just pulled. There's about to be a divine detour because of some past lack and suffering. And there's a divine masculine who's about to form a solid foundation and structure. And he's also moving into his life purpose. Is there anything being hidden that he's isolating? He's hermit mode. And what's being shown? Something just won't change. What is it that won't change? May I see, please? He feels guilty and he's sabotaging this. What will it take to change that? Him to have self-worth where he has no stability, harmony, and flow. And he's going to get structure here. What will be the outcome? He'll be present, abundant, and have gratitude and have the courage to change. What will he change? He's going to have a contract, career, and commitment come out of his south node where he has no desire and he has lack and doubt. And where will this land him? He has to do that childhood healing and come out of that moon energy. And if he does, he'll make a Venus offer. Remember and awaken to where he had a very hot attraction, Mars hot attraction, and was longing for someone who was separated. Can you show me who? Oh, he's not going to make an offer. He's not making an offer because he's remembering that he was not attracted to somebody in separation. He's going to close himself off to this person. And then what might happen? There will be no forgiveness and no apology. Anything else? It looks like not much. Oh my God. No more fears and limitations. No celebrating abundance. No taking a leap of faith. There's a divine feminine here. Why is all that not happening? Because she is realizing that she is mirroring this person. So what does need to change? Show us what they need to change. Something from the spring that caused you to have no desire and wanted shit to be different. So what is going to happen? You're going to have an Ace of Cups and take care of yourself. This could be self-love. And no communication and no travel. Why no communication and travel? Because you're going to have the courage from Jupiter to take action on a new beginning. But you can't end this old cycle yet. Something might happen or may have happened in the fall that caused you to feel some kind of way about this connection. It looks like right now you're still very confused. You really need stability. You really need some money in order to have something to really offer this divine feminine or reverse any roles you need to. Will this happen? Will this person get any kind of stability? You're going to be motivated where you've been undecided. And what does that mean exactly? You're going to have a partnership. Outcome of the partnership. You're going to make peace with a rebel in your life. And how will they feel about that? Like they want to celebrate but not be perfect. Not be perfect. What do you mean celebrate and not be perfect? Please tell me that. That's where the science comes in. What do we need to do about this? It seems like a bad thing to me. Get on the right path and share transportation you haven't been sharing with an entertainer. I'm going to leave it at that. This partying and this selling drugs needs to stop. Because that's what I see happening here. I'm going to pull guidance and we're going to close. Because I'm over this reading. I'm so fucking over this reading. Somebody's being very stubborn. They don't want to change. They're not ready. They're going to have to finish going through the dark night of the soul. Mermaid soul and psyche. 33. I would just keep my distance from this person until they get their shit together. Alright. Deep within, you know what excites and inspires you. Your job isn't to decide whether that inspiration is practical, realistic, or possible. Human beings have shown throughout history that the ideas which they once scoffed at as being ridiculous or impossible to achieve can become realities that they rely upon and take for granted as a natural part of their daily lives not long afterward. You too shall move from doubt to wondering how you ever lived without this passion, idea, or inspiration of yours. Let the universe show off its flair for the creative and the unexpected and inspirational through you. Do not give up on what truly moves you and inspires your heart, for soon enough it will be part of your world. And then number 37, Psyche. You have the ability to attract. You are going to find the exact help that you need at the exact times that you need it. You have the ability to attract resources and even to create something out of apparently nothing. Don't put your focus on or your faith in the material world and its seamless, endingly obstacles and difficulties. Direct your attention to and trust to your all-powerful and unconditionally loving universe, which is your friend and teacher. When you do this, you can empower the universe to help you, and it really wants to in the most amazing of ways. Alright, so that's your guidance. Here's your trinket. I have an elephant. I have no matter where. I have the letter D. And I have a marijuana or maple leaf. Take it as it resonates. Alright, anything from this bowl? I have 2 Eiffel Towers, another maple or marijuana leaf, the I Ching, a horse, 2 feathers, and a cash sign. Alright, do whatever it is you're going to do. I don't think you're going to do much. I think you're kind of stuck here until you make some changes within yourself. You have to go through this dark time and you have to get past it. You just have to. Kailash, if you want to start working on pulling together questions, thank you, baby. I see them. Let me take a quick break and get me something to drink. My mouth is so dry. I hope this reading made sense and that people will let me know by liking it. Even if you didn't really resonate with it, like it because you like me. And I promise you, if you'll stick around, Spirit will pick up your energy. And I can pick it up too. What's going to be the outcome for this relationship that I see on my table? Wow. What does that look like? Support. Oh my God. Support, twin flame, chemistry, and acceptance. It's just fate. Somebody's unavailable and you have regret because you were going so slow and you want a second chance. There's a marriage. Use your intuition. You need time apart from a soulmate in reverse. Every day this comes out on my table. So sick of it. Alright, you guys. I'll be right back. Entertain each other, please, while I go get me something to drink. Lord Jesus. it in my ear. Well, no, not mic check. Where's the marble? Time to clean this house. That's what it is. I don't know. I thought I dropped it in there by Cosmo, but I couldn't find it in there. Anyway, I'll find it when I clean house today. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the delay. Oh, my candle's about to go out. Can't have that happen, can we? Okay, what we got here? Laura. What the hell is all this? Teresa, go ahead, baby. Not getting much negativity. I put Cosmo in the cage because he was being too needy. It's hard for me to focus when he's in here. Kailash, does anybody have a question? I saw the questions, but I'm not seeing anybody post any. Hey. Blessings coming up for me the rest of July, please. Alright, show me what the blessings are for Patsy. Oh, wait. I think I just have them upside down. Blessings coming up for Patsy for the rest of this month of July, Spirit. How are you working to bring blessings to Patsy's life? Patsy, you got the High Priestess. That was the outcome of today's reading. I don't know if that resonated with you or not. And the Fool is here, but in reverse. So it's like you're using your intuition, you're using your secret knowledge, and you know that it's not time to take a risk. There's an Empress here. Manipulation and an Emperor. So this could be a husband. You're upright, but he's in reverse. Alright, so show me exactly what's coming. Why is the High Priestess here? Because when you look back over what you've put into this, you've put a lot in but haven't gotten a lot out. But you're still hopeful. Hopeful for what? Fill in the blank and the Queen of Wands. What about her? That she'll be drained and defeated and will not get any love. From whom? There's a need for healing and somebody's procrastinating action. And that's right here, not taking a risk. Why are they not taking a risk? Because of the Hierophant in reverse. It looks like there's a relationship or a job or something that's upside down. What's it going to take to get this upright? You're going to have a tower. And what will that look like? You're going to go into hermit mode about moving on. And if she moves on, you will take that risk, even though you have fear. And sometimes we have to do things scared. Outcome of the risk and being scared. There's going to be the end of a relationship because of some hard misfortune and somebody withdrawing their love. Why are they doing that? This could be you. Why are they doing that? Because somebody won't accept their responsibilities and let go of their overindulging. So, outcome for Patsy this month. Patsy, your outcome is going to be a lack of temperance. It could be this person. And what should she do about that? Patsy, it's time for you to start something new. Maybe unlock your creativity. Clarify the Ace of Wands, please. What's the Ace of Wands for Patsy? Patsy, you're going to have... Wow. A wheel, you're going to have a legacy. And it's because there's something you don't see changing. Because the goals are all disconnected and you're not seeing the truth. It has to do with the Queen of Swords and a Knight of Wands. Who's not going to take a risk. To be reckless. Outcome for Patsy. You're going to have a new love and move on. You're holding back for a new love and fill in the blank. Why are you holding back? Because of the Empress letting go. So you're letting go of this. And there will be somebody new, it looks like, who's in love with you. It looks like you're going to have a new love because you're going to set boundaries with this old one. Because they don't take responsibility. They're reckless. And you don't want to be with them anymore. But you will have a new love. It looks like it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You look like you might have a Pisces and an Aries placement. And I want to see the outcome of the new love. Outcome of that new love. It's going to lead somebody to a Nine of Pentacles. Being single. Why is it leading to that? There's the Tower. The Tower is that's what you're soul searching about. That's what you're moving on from. And that's where you're taking the risk. And that's why you're setting the boundaries. Or someone is. That's the Tower. That you're going to realize by soul searching that you need to move on. Take a risk. Where you're not taking a risk here. And set boundaries. Outcome of setting those boundaries. You're going to get a new opportunity. It looks like you're going to have new love and a new opportunity. Because you're going to finally end something. Somebody who it seems like, I don't think you're with this person, but I think they keep trying to come back. Yeah, and I think they're very manipulative. The Tower is in reverse, but you're going to see the truth about the injustice. And that there is hope for you to get over this, to be strong. You're going to lose your temperance where someone won't change and you can't. This is just not going to work and you're going to soul search about it. That's what I see here. I do see new love and a new passionate beginning for you though. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like the message and subscribe to the channel. And shame on all of you for spamming my post. Dippin', what's your question, baby? Simran, current feelings for me. If that's all you have to do is to spam somebody's post, it's probably because you're jealous because you have your own channel. And I wish you nothing but the best in your endeavors. Thank you, baby. Alright, Dippin', current feelings for you. Okay, what are Simran, I believe, current feelings for... Woo! She's resistant. What are her current feelings? Why is there less communication? She's been heartbroken by conflict. You guys might have had a fight, Dippin'. What are her current feelings about this relationship? She's realizing that there's been a lot of conflict. Maybe conflicting information, mixed signals, I don't know. Current feelings for Dippin'. Dippin', Simran feels like it's only you. There's been no apology. What does she need for her to move forward here? Whoa. This feels hopeless. She doesn't want to be hurt anymore and no more lusting. Outcome if that happens. Use your intuition about going through a lot of emotional instability because of all the memories you all have together and the commitment. Will there be a commitment? Somebody is trying to escape. What are they trying to escape? A soulmate connection, and they're trying to return. And this is causing... There's a soulmate trying to return to one of your lives, causing distraction. And she feels like it's hopeless because you hurt her in the past with the lust. And she doesn't want anything shocking to happen again. What might be the outcome? Somebody's going to get a second chance and be very nourishing. I think whoever this was learned their lesson between the two of you. Maybe Divine Feminine, or maybe she is going to give you a second chance. It looks like you're going to have a positive outcome, Dippin'. $86,000 seconds. Give him hell, Kailash. You're welcome, sweetheart. Who's next? Thank you so much for the likes. I so much appreciate you guys. Sponge, what's up, baby? My pleasure, Dippin', anytime. If this person doesn't stop, just get rid of them. Carlos is blocked by him today, but he don't write. Please look, I am starting to get scared. Okay. I'm going to ask why he has you blocked. Why does Carlos have a sponge block? May I see, please? Because of playing hard to get. Why is he playing hard to get? Because he doesn't want any more game playing. He's tired of the game playing. What does he want? Oh, he wants you to stop being so anxious and afraid of him cheating. And what would happen then? He would be rushing, and he would say, I'm no longer going to tolerate you rushing and abusing me and thinking that love is the answer and that there's no good ones. What is the answer? No settling. We're not compatible. Carlos says there's age issues. What's the truth? He feels like it's too risky. I think he's talking about someone else. There's age issues and he's not compatible. So maybe he has been hanging out with an older woman. Why is he hanging out with this person? Because he's walking away because he doesn't want to be needy, or he doesn't want them to be needy. And he is tired of getting breadcrumbs. So maybe he's been using this older lady for money. Outcome of this relationship. He feels unloved. And he wants to open up to you and talk to you. Alright, let's find out what he wants to say to you. What does Carlos want to say to Espanja? I wish I could understand you. But it's saying he understands you. What do you understand? That I cry at night because I'm tired of doing drugs and alcohol. So what are you going to do, Carlos? I feel lonely and there's too much drama. And it's dark without you. It's not dark without you. So what do you want here? I'm afraid to lose you. And I've made a decision. What decision have you made? Why do I feel so lonely? And what have you come to the conclusion of? That no one understands me but you. You emotionally overwhelm me, and you're different from everyone around me. So it looks like I can't do this right now. He can't do this right now. He's been dealing with an older woman, probably to get money for his gambling habit. But he does want to work things out with you. Secretly, how does Carlos feel about Espanja? He feels like you're beautiful, but there's been no forgiveness, and that's why he's being silent. What if she would forgive him? What would happen? He would stop being so hurt. And what would happen to this older woman? Pain. There would be pain. Outcome for Espanja and Carlos. Missing you. Craving and desiring you and wanting to confess this to you. I feel like if you'll just give this some time, that he's on his way back and he is going to reach out to you to communicate with you, okay? Oh, okay. So maybe he feels like there might be some age issues with the two of you. Let me just ask your angels if he's planning on coming back, because I might have had it all wrong. Is Carlos coming back to Espanja? Ask for help from others. Be assertive. And if she does, will he come back? Get more information. Opportunity. What's the opportunity? No peaceful resolution. And if there's no peaceful resolution, will he come back? Reconsider. Trust. It does look like he's coming back, but the age issues have been bothering him, and you might be that other woman. I wondered that, but I wasn't sure. Remember now, you're not his parent, you're his lover. Okay. Hi! Yes, you may. Is Manya next? Hello, Alexis. Go ahead, Manya. Huh? Who's been mean to you, baby? You're welcome. They better not be mean to you. Do you want to know what's going on with Mox? Almost everyone. Will you tell them that if they have a problem with you, to take it up with me? You want to know why everyone's been mean to you lately? I think it's probably jealousy. Why has everyone been mean to Manya lately, Spirit? Because you're not chasing anyone when it comes to having stress and a foundation. So it's like other people feel like they're constantly chasing and stressed out about getting a foundation. Is Manya being too sensitive? I don't believe in that. Is she being too sensitive? Somebody feels like there's no loyalty, it's a fantasy, and someone needs to stop sending mixed signals while they're withdrawn. Why is it their business? Because of being... They feel like you're being dishonest. I think because things have been going so well until real recently. Show me how Mox feels about Manya, please. I think they're jealous. He's releasing and withdrawn. I don't know from who. Show me who he's releasing and withdrawn from. May I see, please? He's going through an emotional storm because of letting somebody go. I want to say he's with another person, though, and he was trying to let them go. Show me how he feels about Manya, Spirit. He wants a commitment, and he doesn't want to be arrogant, Manya. And what might be the outcome of that commitment? No more heart fog. What else? Somebody is shallow and he's going to escape them and return to you, the family, and cling to that. I think you're his family, or he's going to return to his family and cling. Somebody's been shallow and escaping, but they want to return to family and cling. And they have no good memories. Outcome of returning to family and clinging. No more emotional storm. What does this mean for Manya? It means no intimacy, bitterness, and third-party influences. So he might be returning, sorrow, but no karma. So right now he might be returning to his family because he's been shallow. And they're putting a little bit of a guilt trip on him. Is this going to last with him returning to his family, Spirit? Ask for help from others. Reconsider. If she asks for help, will he return? Meditation brings answers. Communicate clearly. Will he return to her, Manya, if we do what's recommended here? No compromise. You're ready. Look for a sign. What does that mean? Is he coming back? Get more information and reconsider. It keeps saying reconsider. I feel that he's going back to his family because he feels pressured to. And once he does, he'll reconsider. Manya and Mox outcome, Spirit. You're going to have union. And there's no compassion in his family. His family's not compassionate. What's being hidden? That something's not changing. What's not transforming? He has no stability, harmony, and flow, and needs the courage to change. Or has it? What's showing? That he's no longer at a stalemate because of dreams. And what's going to be the outcome? He's going to have a contract, career, or commitment. Can you clarify that further? Use your intuition, Spirit says. And somehow deception. What is it that the deception is about? His self-worth and forming a solid foundation. And what's the truth? That there's going to be a renewal and a spark, and he's no longer going to regret this. And there will be transcendence. He'll get over this. And what will be the outcome of that spark? A rebirth in the winter because of no self-love. Outcome of the rebirth. Why is the cycle not ending? Because it's fate. There's going to be a divine detour. And what does that look like? Your ancestors are helping. Helping with what? Where there's been lack and suffering in the past and the fall. Anything positive coming in the near future? Divine Feminine is here in reverse, mirroring him. What are you mirroring? A new opportunity that's injustice. And what if you take this new opportunity? You'll be in your south node and there won't be any chemistry, but you will be present and have abundance and gratitude. So you might decide to take another relationship simply because he's with his family. Where is he at in this journey, Spirit? Because I feel like he's gone backwards a few steps. He's in his tribe. And where are you? You're separated and you have free will. What's connecting the two of you? A commitment, but not recognizing it. What's it going to take to recognize this? Something this summer. Can you be more specific? Somebody's going to take off their mask that they've been wearing when it comes to playing the victim. And what will that look like? Forgiveness. There's the forgiveness. Somebody's creativity is blocked. Outcome of forgiveness. Your cards are going on the floor, baby. There's going to be grief. And once you process this dark night of the soul grief, somebody hasn't learned their lesson. What do they need to learn? They need to learn that Divine Feminine in the spring was working on her money. And what's going to be the outcome of that? No communication, no healing, and an awakening. So the fact that, and no more numbing. So where you've been not talking to him because you've had the free will during this separation, I think it's causing him to have to awaken. And I think this is where the dark night of the soul comes in with him. What is it that he needs to heal right now? Stop being jealous. He's in pain. And he needs to stop being manipulative. And stop being distant. That's his shadow work. So he's the one that's jealous. And he might have other people that are too. What's going on at home in his family? Stop interrupting, you asshole. What else? Woo! Go all in or get the fuck out. And will he? He's going to cook a fucking meal, or somebody is. Stop agreeing to disagree. Outcome. Go solo. Send a picture. And just walk away in reverse. So just walk back. It looks like it's going to work out. It's just going to take some time. What might be the breakup that happens with the family? They're going to be divinely guided. In what way? It's not your choice. They didn't shut this down. What do you mean? Somebody's going to have differences. Outcome of their differences. A dying love. So, we see, and somebody's going to stop being so angry all the time. It looks like he's working on getting out of his family. Okay, Manya? Come back and we can look at it again. But right now, he's going through a lot at home. It almost looks like his family is trying to make him feel some kind of way. Alright, what's up, Kay? What's up, Kaylash? You're welcome, baby. We'll try to look at it a little bit better next time. I'll be back tomorrow. Things changed abruptly. You want to know about that? Something good at Carrier. Okay. Is something good coming with the Carrier? Sure. Angels, do you have something good coming for Kailash the end of this month? May I see, please? Damn it. Anything good coming the end of this month? Opportunity, not unlikely. Anything good coming for Kailash the end of the month? In the near future. What's the good coming towards Kailash by the end of July? Improving health came out in reverse. And if you believe. Why no improving health? Because a year from now, trust. Is there going to be employment by the end of July? Don't stop. Ask for help from others. Outcome of asking. Employment. You're ready. Spirit says you're ready. And get more information. Outcome of more information. No. Within the next few weeks. And is there any chance to change this to a yes? Take action. Yes. Okay. So something that you're doing is going to be not blown down or said like, we're not having this, but it's going to be more like, let's refine this. And then it'll be a yes. So I'm getting by the end of the month, it's going to be a no at first, but don't get discouraged because you're going to get a chance to change some things and then it'll be a yes. Okay? That's what I'm getting there. Alright, let's look at Kailash's love life. What's coming towards Kailash in love? Knight of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. It looks like you're just really going very passionately towards a new job or a new place to live. Where you've had some conflict, it may have been because of senseless action. Knight of Wands. Show me what the love life is looking like by the end of July. The truth came out in reverse. So a lack of clarity. Why lack of clarity in love? Because somebody is not really taking love. Why are they just refusing this? Because the truth is coming in about how generous somebody is and how you didn't learn your lesson. What lesson? What? You lost your motivation. Why do you say that? There we go. Because you need to get grounded in reality. You're burned out. You're exhausted. You want something really badly, or you could be drinking, partying too much, and this is disappointing. So what should Kailash do differently for love? Go out, party with your friends, and look for a way to move forward. Outcome of moving forward. The world is here and victory. It's almost like you're going to go out, hang out with friends, move forward, and where something just wasn't fulfilling you in the world card, it's like it's not, there's a never-ending cycle that just won't end. You're going to finally be victorious. You're going to be victorious. Outcome of the Six of Wands. Ooh, ruthless win. What in the world, Kailash? Why are you winning ruthlessly? Because you feel like right now you're not able to stand on your own 2 feet. And you want to be secure and abundant. And you know that something has to end. And it's this burden you've been carrying. It's caused you to be exhausted. and drained and defeated. And okay, gosh. Why a haunting loss? That was determined to come out. Alright, something happened that was unfair. Somebody might be watching, but there is hope. What does the hope look like? The hope is you being determined to not see this from someone else's perspective. Why not? Because of seeing through illusions. And the Lovers, Gemini is here, Cancer, Pisces. What are you seeing that you're manifesting? What are you manifesting? Soul searching. And what do you see when you soul search to manifest? That there's an Empress that you want to choose. Or there's a Lovers and an Empress. And you're reassessing your priorities. What will be the outcome of that? A Queen of Pentacles. So, even though you want to choose this Empress, you're manifesting her as a choice. You might end up with someone who's very abundant, even though this is not your exact match astrologically when it comes to this Empress. You might end up with a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or Sagittarius who's very abundant and very motherly, very kind, very generous, very domesticated. Bye, Sharisha. I love you. So even though things might not work out exactly like you wanted them to, it looks like something better might be coming. There's good coming for you. Just hang in there. You're going to get a no at first. Reevaluate that. Restructure whatever you have to do. Add things. Take things away. Make this person happy with you. And then they're going to say yes. I think by the end of the month. Okay? Anybody else? Awesome. Okay. I got to take off, because I got to go get some money for the guy who cut my grass the other day. And I will be back tomorrow around the same time to do another reading. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to do some praying on that. But I do love you all, and I appreciate you dealing with the trolls or whatever the fuck they're called. I don't appreciate that at all. I look forward as well. Thank you, Teresa. I love you so much, sweetheart. Kailash, you should have managing privileges now. Play around with it and see if you can figure out how. Bye-bye, baby. See if you can figure out how to set up those, what do you call it? Challenges, where you challenge people to donate $1 or $2 just so we can answer the questions. And if we get to 10 people, thank you, Sharisa. If we get to, 5 people or 6 people or whatever you decide, and each one can donate $1, then we'll do the questions. If not, we might not do the questions. Awesome. Nice job. Let's make some money, Kailash. We deserve it. We work hard here every weekend. And we do deserve to be paid and compensated for the work that we put in. Okay? Cosmo loves you all. Otto loves you all. I love you all. And I'll be back tomorrow. And I'll even let Cosmo make an appearance so you can say hi to him. I'll see you at about 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, baby? Okay. Take care, you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. About 75% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed. And I truly wish they would take the time to hit that button. It doesn't cost anything. I'm trusting for a successful YouTube experience. Bye-bye, sweethearts. Take care.